Kris Krohn here with Limitless TV. And I'll tell you what, I've been a crappy leader at times in my life. I've been a rock star leader at times in my life. And you know what? There's certain attributes in this 21st century that we need to learn how to develop if we want to step into amazing leadership. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the 3 most key and essential characteristics of powerhouse leaders today, and I'll even throw in a bonus for you. What does it really take to lead a team of people? You know, leadership makes such a difference in the world between whether you accomplish small results, big results, but even bad results. Because there's good leadership and there's bad leadership. I mean, think about some of the people in your life who have shown up as a leader and you got there thinking, man, I think there's maybe a better way to accomplish and do what it is you're doing. And the beautiful thing about leadership is that ultimately there's a leader inside of every one of us. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you a formula, 3 steps of what I believe makes a really powerful leader. And unfortunately, I had to learn these 3 things because I didn't exhibit the qualities that I was searching for. As a new business owner, I had a handful of employees and I was out there trying to build the business. And at the end of the year, when we were reflecting on how we did, one of my employees came to me and he probably must have been really brave to have the conversation that he did. He had a military background and he said, you know, Kris, if you're open to some feedback, I'll share something with you. And the truth was I wasn't very open to feedback because that was one of my flaws as a leader. But I told him, also as a people pleaser, sure, I'd like your feedback. And then he said something to me that was really difficult to swallow. He said, you know, Kris, a good leader is someone that goes first. They lead from the front. He says, in the military, your leader, your commander, your chief, they're up there at the front line with you, leading and guiding the way. They don't shout orders from the back and watch their soldiers go into distressing waters all by themselves. And what he was insinuating was there was a number of ways where I was probably hypocritically telling people what they should do, but I wasn't really doing it myself. And as I reflected on it, the feedback hurt. And when feedback hurts, you know what that means? It means that there's truth. So I started looking at that truth, and that's when I decided to evaluate who I was as a leader. And what I developed from it was 3 core essential attributes I believe that leadership is required to have in the 21st century. Because our world is changing quick and fast, and holding people's attention and leading your team onto the level of success you want them to have, you're going to have today these 3 new qualities that you may not have needed in the past, but I believe our world today is requiring it. The 3 essential skills of a leader. And I'm telling you right now, we could talk about 20 skill sets. We could talk about 100 skill sets, the 7 effective habits of leaders, right? But I want to talk about the 3 that for the 21st century, I believe matter more than anything. And it begins with number 1, a leader goes first. A leader knows the way because they go the way. And so that means that lead from the front. And when you ask people to follow you, they'll follow you if they are following you, which means be in the front and invite them to come with you. We love saddling hip to hip with people that don't have any of this hypocrisy, that are actually leading by example. It's one of the most important attributes. Number 2, we want to be led by people who are authentic. And authentic means that you're willing to be vulnerable. It means that you're human. It means that you make mistakes. You trip on your words. You do things wrong. In fact, sometimes that's how our mess becomes our message. It's how we grow, is because we look at the things that didn't work and then we grow beyond it and then we share it with people. Part of being authentic, it does mean being honest, but it also means letting people see you for who you really are. Don't put on a mask. Don't alter, the way that you show up or try to control the perception of people. Just be you. And the most powerful way for people to know whether you're being you or not is your willingness to be vulnerable and share the things in life that haven't worked well for you, or your moments of pain or sadness, or when you were angry or when things felt broken. So being willing to share that. And then the 3rd one is to inspire. We want to be led by people who can inspire us. And you can only be inspiring if you're growing. So at some point, if you say, I got it, I don't need to learn anymore, I'll just become a professional regurgitator of what I currently know, at some point, that inspiration factor goes down. But if you want to keep pushing the limit on that and push that higher and higher, continue living novelly in your life in such a manner that you're growing. Have mentors, be in programs that are pushing you and inspiring you. And if there's an area of expertise, then continue to expand that area of expertise so that as you're growing greater and greater or leading people, you can be relevant. And you see, people that are inspiring, it's not always well, there was this thing that happened to me 10 years ago, but it could be, you know what happened this morning? And so if you're always growing and always learning, then you'll always have something fresh and relevant to share with people. And that in and of itself is inspiring. So go first, be authentic, and be inspiring. If I were to give you a fourth attribute, kind of a little bit by way of bonus here, just let me take an extra minute with you. Feedback. Wheaties is the breakfast of champions. And you know what feedback is? It's the breakfast of champion leaders. Because feedback, it's not just a willingness when people want to share with you what they like and don't like. It's actually to seek it out. How do you think I did on that? What do you think that I could improve on? When I made this presentation or when I shared this, what do you think that I could do better? And you know what? I get that we like the positive feedback on when we do things well, but it really takes a champion inside and a level of vulnerability for someone to seek out what they can improve upon. This is a way for you to stay in touch with your tribe and people, employees, or whoever you're leading, because they find deep respect in someone who's willing and humble enough to look at the things that aren't going well. So I'd throw that in as an extra bonus. So go first, authentic, inspire, and seek out feedback, because if you do, you're gonna be an awesome, amazing leader. Heck, I'd follow you. And speaking of feedback, comment below. Share some of your thoughts and opinion on our channel, on this video, and why don't you also drop some hints on what you think other powerful leaders that you respect and admire, what kind of characteristic traits they have. And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button so that we can share more of these videos with you. See you soon.